Hi, Beirut Buzzers. Today's episode is so special. We're gonna be talking about a Lebanese movie, Death of a Virgin and the Sin of Not Living, Amal Teje. It's a new Lebanese indie film that made headlines worldwide and is now showing in all Lebanese cinemas.
طولنا عليكم؟
ليه دخلك الساعة لازم نكون هونيك.
يا خي الفيلم على 4:30.
قلنا الأم نزلين على السنة.
لن يا زلمة.
أنا قلت لأهلي ننزل على دريم بارك.
والله 3 وقايات ذكرية ملونة ومعطرة. صار وقت الجد هلا. فوتو بيض الوجه.
أنا شاب متكتك أصلي مرتب.
حمل شفت اركضوا.
ما تعينا سعيد. يا زلمة. ما تعينا سعيد.
بدل تجي على راسي فكرة إنه فيلم من هالبلد. أنا بعدنا عم فتش على حالي من دونه.
هي الحياة، ناس بتعاني وناس بتتفرج.
على 5 1
بركي كل هيدا اللي عايشين فيه منه حقيقة.
2
ما بعرف كيف وصلت لهون.
3
مش عارف حالي شو عم بعمل.
4
ما نحن كلنا أمل.
5 يلا كلكم تهوا نفسكم يلا.
كان مستحيل اتوقع هالشي.
أمل تيجي فيلم لبناني كتابة وإخراج جورج بيتر بربري بجميع الصالات اللبنانية ابتداء من أذار 17 على جوجل بلاي وآي تيونز.
Joining me on this conversation are the producers Christelle, Younes, and Semaan from On Set Production, and the director George Barbari, who will be introducing you to the movie and to themselves as well. Hi guys.
Hi Lynn, thank you for
Lynn.
having us.
Thanks for having
I'm
us.
so happy to have you on the podcast. I'm so excited to have this conversation with you, honestly. لأنه I watched the movie and كتير فشل لي خلقي for so many reasons. We're gonna talk about بعد شوي. بس قبل ما نحكي عن الموفي حابب هيك كل واحد منكم يعرفنا على حاله بجملة صغيرة. Maybe we can start with Christelle.
Hey everyone, so this is Christelle. I'm the executive producer on the film, the executive creative producer and the co-founder of On Set Productions. This is our first baby this is our first film as producers. We've line produced other projects before, but this is like a very special one for us. We are super excited to be screening the film in Lebanon in all cinemas because we do believe in the power of watching the film on a huge screen. So yeah, I mean, it's also available to be purchased on iTunes and Google Play for all the people who are listening to us and who live abroad. And we can't wait to hear your feedback, honestly.
Parfait. Reine?
So, hi everyone, it's Reine Semaan, co-founder of On Set Productions and executive producer on this beautiful gem. Some things you guys would want to know about me is I like to make movies that speak to human beings, and I will do that forever. So proud of the film we have and can't wait to hear everybody's feedback. It's all across Lebanon. It's on iTunes and it's on Google Play, and I cannot really wait to hear person's point of view when they watch it.
وأكيد the director George.
Hello. So first, Lynn, thank you so much for having us on the show. We're super excited to be a part of this and to get this opportunity to talk about this film. So this is my first film as a writer-director, my first feature film. And it's kind of been in the process for, I'd say, 7 years. I wrote it 7 years ago, the first draft of the script. And then I spent about 4 years trying to get funding for the film. Which never came through, but the whole time I was working with my actors, for non-actors, for just boys, young men, and then eventually I met Reine and Christelle, and they, luckily for me, they fell in love with the script and with the actors, and they believed in the film and this is what happened. We made the film for nothing. We made the film with no money. Eventually, the film. It got accepted into the Berlin Film Festival, which is huge. And after that, we just been touring the world with the film, and it's been winning awards, and people have been loving it, and the reaction has been incredible. And I'm just so happy that now we're here releasing the film in Lebanon, in theaters, which is the most special thing for me because people, you know, together in a cinema is so important, I feel. And after COVID and everything that's happened, I feel it's nice to slowly get back into that. And yeah, we're just super excited for this next step.
So هلا بعد ما تعرفنا عليكم I'm gonna tell you why كتير فشل لي خلق الموفي وأكيد كتير عالم اللي حضروه. First of all, it's a non-commercial movie and it deals with male sexuality, which is an underexplored topic إذا بدنا نقول in movies in general and even more in Arab films. It really opens up a conversation on male sexuality. ويمكن George, would you like to tell us what the story is about?
Okay, so the film is about 4 boys who go to a prostitute for the first time, but that's the surface. The layer beneath talks about everything that we're going in Lebanon in terms of like all the suppression we're facing as we can't express ourselves. Sexuality, we have to conform to the norms that were set for us by the generations before, and all the issues we face on the day-to-day, like all the bullshit we face, and it's all the taboos that have been governing us for such a long time here. So that's kind of basically in a nutshell what the film is about.
Mm-hmm. And so Christelle and Reine, how did you cross paths with George?
Now I want to talk a little bit about my own experience with George, which is a bit هيك بتصدم. While I was in university, I was producing a short film. جورج كان عم يمثل فيه، وهذا الشورت فيلم كان kind of بيحكي عن 4 شباب رايحين لأول مرة يعملوا سكس مع حدا، ورحت الأيام وإجت الأيام، ومن بعدها فيها كريستال هون تكفي تخبرك، لأنه إجت لعندي قالت لي في حدا اسمه جورج بربري عم تحكيني سينتيا our third partner بالcompany عنه. She's casting the casting director at our company. She's casting for his short, but she got very interested in who he is and he has a feature. Do you guys want to sit with him? So Kiki, you can take it from there.
So yeah, actually this is what happened. We met him and it was he has an amazing energy, honestly, and it was very easy for him to grab our attention from the first moment he started to speak about the film. He was so passionate about it, and then he had a proof of concept, something that he shot with his phone, that shows a lot of dedication from his crew, from his actors, and from. It was very obvious to us that this guy has something very specific to offer, and which is something that we haven't seen in Lebanese cinema and in Arab cinema. It's been a long time. So it was really not hard for him to convince us that this project has to see the light and that we have to do everything that we can to make it possible. And this is why Reine and I, we are going to set a date, because the actors, have been practicing for the past 5 years. They're already 5 years older, and we can't. Time is playing against us, so we have to set a time and just shoot it. And this is what happened. So, all the PR that George has and myself, we were able to gather everyone for free, just believing in the script and knowing that this. We knew from the first moment that this film was gonna make it to big festivals. It was very obvious, when you feel something, and it feels right.
So الأكترز بلشوا من قبل ما الفيلم يوصل لعندكم. جورج already كان عم يشتغل معهم من قبل. George, how did you meet the actors وكيف إذا هن ما عندهم previous acting experience مثل ما أنت قلت, how did you train them أو كيف لقوا هن acting experience?
So هن شباب أنا من الباترون وهن شباب الصغار من الباترون أصغر مني وشباب بعرفهم بضل تلاقي فيهم على الطريق وتعرف الباترون is a small town so everybody knows everybody. So when I knew I wanted to make this film and I was writing the script, I kind of had the type of person I had in mind. And eventually I started just walking around Batroun in a way and trying to find these actors, and eventually I found all 4 of them based on the characters that I was writing for the film. وهيك صار so هن كلهم شباب ما خصهم بالتمثيل بالمرة, ما حتى بيحضروا فيلم ما بس شباب جد في يقول منايك تبع الباترون وعبالهم كان انه قلت لهم انه بتمثلوا معي وانا لانه the older guy, the cool guy, وهن they look up to me, so دغري قالوا ايه، وانا قلت لهم يلا انه سنه بنكون مصورين الفيلم وخلص وبيطلع بالسينما وهيك، واكيد بعد 4 سنين كان بعد ما عملنا شيء، بس هن ضلوا مأمنين فيي وضلوا معي. And the whole time we were practicing, we were rehearsing the scenes because they're very difficult scenes, as you saw in the film. It's long takes, so this is very hard to pull off in terms of acting and, you know, memorizing the script and getting things right. So هيك صار. وهن كيف تقبلوا التمثيل هن super لذيذين و they're very open, you know what I mean, just everything I was telling them, and they're smart guys, so they were accepting what I was telling them. And the beautiful thing is that I gave them the freedom to do the script what they wanted, to make it theirs, you know. So they're the ones who made it human, I feel. لأنه أنا أعطيهم الجملة بس هن يقولوها بطريقتهم، كل واحد يقول الجملة بطريقته، وهيدا أحلى شيء بلاقي أنا بالفيلم، كأنه كارو هو عم بيعبر عن حاله بطريقته.
I noticed إنه the characters الأسامي تبعهم هن كمان الأسامي تبعهم in real life، ويمكن some of them have يعني مثلا إذا القصص اللي professions اللي بيحلموا إنه يكونوها بالموفي، في منهم هن عن جد هذا profession تبعهم in real life. So would you say the characters تبع القصة are inspired by the real life actors?
Absolutely. أنا بعد ما لقيت الactors I adjusted the script to serve يعني لإلهم. مثلا جان بول بالفيلم بيصير محامي، وهو عن جد بالحياة هلأ يعني تخرج وصار محامي, you know, and so like in Dankura really his dad drives a truck, you know what I mean. So إنه كتير زبطت القصص الحياة الشباب بس حطيتها بالسكريبت، لأنه كان قبل هالفيلم يكون حقيقي as possible. The only way I feel like people can relate to it is if it's absolutely, you know, a representation of reality. So هيك صار. Well, that's why there's so much of their lives in the actual film.
So تنحكيش كمان شوي عن production. When you say إنه the movie cost you $0, كيف يعني exactly كل الكرو volunteered to make this project?
Reine, I will leave it to you to answer this.
يلا. So when we fell in love with the script, we knew that we want to do it, and we knew that we have a lot of friends in the film industry in Lebanon, and friends that are seniors وواصلين لمحلات كتير ومراتب عالية ومصورين مع كتير international and European films around the world. So all we had to do is send them an NDA, make them read the script, and they automatically replied by, let's do this. And while everybody was getting on board, everything else started falling into place. يعني بدنا نصور بالبترون، اجا اوتيل بالبترون، عطانا الستي تبع كل الكرو no charge. بعدين فجأة حدا عطانا الهارد ديسك we load the rushes, and then breakfast, lunch and dinner in the best places in Lebanon were just given to us, and هيك automatically things started falling into place. And then So Far Sounds ببيروت dedicated a night for us, and all the money we actually made, which is بيضحك with the amount يعني قدرنا نجيب فيه extras, the people you see on the bus, and I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about since you watched it. So the film really did not cost us anything. We did win 2 funds, one of which is stuck in the bank, obviously, so it's not really a fund that we used. And the other fund خلصنا حالنا بالediting والgrading والsound production process. So everything here started falling into place. So this is what we mean by $0. يعني $0. وحتى الfestivals at some point due to COVID they used to invite the whole crew. هلا they invite the director minus. So هيدا عمل كتير energy و love and sweat more than how like real money paper. This is exactly how this film happened.
Lynn, I would like to add something that Lynn said. So the amount that we were able to have, that we used in the post-production, which is a total of like 15K, I mean, you know how films happen, and you know the huge amount of money that you need to produce such a thing. So I mean, we're very thankful, even if it's a small amount, that we were able to finish the post-production with that. But because we are very dedicated people, and we believe in the industry, and we believe that we are one of the best in the region, we are very keen on paying everyone back their worth, because we know every person that worked on this film has the right to be paid the amount that they would have been paid if they were working on a film in France or in Germany or anywhere else in the world. We don't believe in the injustice that we live in terms of cinema industry. So that's why we are very keen on trying as much as possible to ask people to go to the theaters, to watch the film, to buy it online, because we want to have a fair pay for everyone, because I mean we all deserve it, no?
Yes, of course. It's amazing صراحة to see يعني how many people believed in the message of the film و helped you guys, وأكيد يعني they deserve the recognition and they deserve كمان إنه تعبوا يعملوا هذا الموفي. So definitely الموفي كمان got international recognition before getting launched in Lebanese cinema. So كيف كان التراجي برا وتوصل على لبنان؟
كتير سبيسيال لأنه اوكي نحن اكيد عملنا الفيلم ونحن قدمنا على البرلين فيلم فيستيفال. بتعرف انه usually وكل after we got in everyone was asking us مين بتعرفوا كيف فتوا؟ قلنا ما بنعرف حدا. قدمنا الفيلم و they watched it, they loved it and they accepted it, you know. And that was the beautiful thing, because that's kind of like the miracle of the whole thing, that we got into one of the biggest festivals in the world out of with a very small film out of Lebanon. And after that happened, everything like that opened the doors to everything else. We started getting invited to all the other film festivals in the world, like the big film festivals. And it was so beautiful that what was so beautiful is that we started, and when you first, because Berlin happened and it was COVID, okay, so we didn't get to see the audience reaction. It was online. Then we went to the first festival and there was the audience watching the film. And we got to see the reaction of the people. It was in Poland. That was the first live festival. And we actually won the audience award in that festival. It was incredible to see, like, just because I thought, you know, people in Lebanon are going to really relate to the film, you know, because it tackles so much of the shit that we go through. But then when you see that the film is so universal and there are so many people who relate to the film, that makes it so beautiful, you know, and that makes all the effort worth it. Because after Poland and after winning the audience award, we went from and then the reaction was the same every single time. It was just incredible. People were reacting to the film. People were telling us the film made them feel less alone, that it helped them. They were thanking us so much, you know. It's a beautiful thing to like just didn't just reach audiences where you're from, but it reached audiences all over the world.
وأكيد وقت قررتوا إنه to launch the movie in Lebanese cinemas قطع على الرقابة. So كيف كانت reaction تبعهم؟ I'd like to note إنه the movie ما فيه nudity، بس it's just إنه the topic is بعده unfortunately شوي taboo in our society. So كيف كانت reaction أو experience مع الرقابة؟
بس احنا اول شيء نحن انا كان بدي هالفيلم يوصل على السينما بلبنان، ولا مره كان انه بدي اعمل فيلم وينمنع، فهمت قصدي؟ لا، انا بدي اعمل فيلم للناس تحضره. I knew to do that you have to play between the boundaries that they set for you. So when I wrote the script, I kind of knew that there are a lot of things that they wouldn't let pass, so I didn't include them. And the first time, I mean, هو اللي بدك تقطع السكريبت على رقابه قبل ما تقطع الفيلم، so قطعنا سكريبت وفي كذا شغله شلنا اياها وشلناهم وصورنا الاساس شو خلونا نصور من امن العام. So then بس قطع اذن العرض. Actually the reaction of Amn al-Am was amazing, because they loved the film. They loved the film and they said this film deserves to win awards all over the world. So it was actually very incredible to hear the reaction of Amn al-Am.
I think because it's men who judged the script and they were like super happy on their behalf, you know, somebody's been able to pour what they've been through. So yeah, honestly we thought it would be harder.
So Kamina, I noticed that in the movie there are many beach scenes. حتى بالسكريبت كتير بينحكى عن water and the beach and swimming. So what does the water or the beach symbolize in the movie? هذا السؤال إله أكتر من إنه أنا كتير حابة أعرف الأنسر.
أكيد. So هو يعني أنا that thing was very important for me من الأول لأنه so نحن بلبنان إنه هو بلد وأنا بالبترونس وعايش دغري حد البحر وأنا ربيان هون. So أنا كل حياتي ربيان حد البحر, which is this beautiful openness, and you feel like it's absolute freedom when you look at the sea. But at the same time, the society you're living in is so مسكرة حاله and so suffocating. So that was so difficult for me to accept growing up, you know, and like this kind of contradiction between the sea and the society living in. So that's why the بحر is so important for me, because إنه هاي هو الشعور اللي بلبنان I used to grow up and حس حالي عم بختنق, you know, عم بغرق. So من هيك في هيدا البحر هالقد مهم بالفيلم.
بما إنه a movie's message is always open to interpretation, حابة هيك كل واحد منكم يقول لي what the movie represents to him or her, أو what's the message اللي برأيه إنه الموفي عم بيوصل للaudience.
Okay, I will start. Heck, they don't steal my answer. And before I do, and then I'll have to think a lot. Well, Anna, what I like the most about this film, which also answers the previous question you asked, George, was having the sea throughout the whole film, which implies that we are all in this together. كلنا بالبحر سوا مثل ما بيقولوا, كلنا بنفس المعموعة, كلنا بنفس المشاكل as human beings, whether Lebanese or whether وين ما كنت أنت على كوكب الأرض. So we're all going through a lot, and we might not know when we're looking at someone what he's been through. So we might as well just take it easy on ourselves and on other people and just not judge, you know. I think this film's biggest message is to accept, love, and not judge, because I mean, life is already too difficult.
I go. I mean, Anna, it's what I was triggered by بالفيلم. It wasn't a certain situation or a scene. It was more of a sentence. I think Christelle and George know exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. لما الشباب يكونوا بالتراك وإتيان بيقول جملة تبع كل يوم مفيق الصبح بننزل اجرين على الارض بنلبس بدله الكلون وبنمثل. I related at some point, especially being a producer in the field. في عندك محل من المحلات بدك تمثلين, كان بتحبي حدا او بدك من حدا مصاري او whatever it is, او ايام حدا زعجك وما بدك تقولي له او شو ما كان. So one, I got a clown face tattoo on my hand. And two, it's been 8 months واعدة حالي إنه أنا ما بقى بمثل, and I voice out everything I feel, and I feel terrific, and I love it, and I really wish this upon everyone. لأنه ما معك بلا عم تصرفي وقت تمثلي وعم تصرفي إنرجية على الفاضي, بس تقولي شو عبالك, بحبوك أكتر اللي حواليك, وأتليست تعرفي مين ما عباله إياك تكوني حواليه. So this is exactly what the film gave me.
I wish I had your courage, صراحة.
So
yes.
Yeah, so like this, I wish also, Lynn, that you have this courage, because like that's kind of which will bring me to what the film is for me. The film talks a lot about life, but it also talks a lot about death, and that's the thing, you know, that we're all gonna die, and we forget that. And that's for me is the saddest thing in the world, because we live our lives wearing a mask, and it's so difficult to live this way, because you can't really be who you are when you're wearing that mask. And I mean, it's such a precious gift we're given this time we have on this earth, and to just kind of waste it by constantly living a lie, you know, not being true to ourselves, not being true to others. Because how can you be true to others if you're not true to yourself? And for me, it's just like, that's it. So we're all gonna die. So why not just, you know, live comfortably, happily, okay with who you are, what you've been given, and just love one another and respect each other. As cliche as that might sound, but that's kind of the truth of it for me.
So عن جد movie. The sin of not living. Yes.
Exactly.
Lynn, أنت شو كان your favorite part or what did you pick up from it?
هلا it's so hard to pick one part from the movie, but I really liked وقتها كان عم يحكي عن wait a sec, hold on. وقتها the girl was talking about her sister and like the whole experience and what got her into where she is now, because I personally related to it in terms of it's يعني عطول في عالم who support you in life and عطول في hope, and even though sometimes you lose it, you still find it in other people. So yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Fair enough. I like it.
Yeah.
I like إنه في 4 بالأوضة وكل حدا حب شيء.
كل حدا حب شيء. Exactly. So George, as a director, what's your next project? What's next for you?
So I'm currently writing my next film. And should I tell you what it's about?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so it's about during the Civil War. Don't worry, don't panic. It's not about the war. But during the Civil War, there was a house called Beirut where snipers from the Christian militia used to reside. After the war finished, people went inside that house and they found writings on the walls. Some really messed up shit like "in hell" and "my soul will fly away in a minute." And one of the things they found was this line: "If my love for Gilbert is a crime, then let history show that I am a very dangerous criminal." And when someone told me the story and someone told me that line, I just couldn't stop thinking about it, like about these two men who fell in love in this situation, you know, in this house, having to kill other people in order, and that's the only way they can stay together is if they keep killing people, because that's the only way to stay in the house, to do that job of sniping. And I just kept imagining the lives of these two men and how special that relationship must have been in those times, and that's kind of, in a nutshell, my next film.
Okay, honestly, can't wait to see your next movie.
It gets heavier by the day with George. I mean, you think the first topic is the heaviest, and then you go to another one that's like even heavier.
So Reine and Christelle, Kamina's same question goes for you. What's next for Be On Set production? هيك شو في a big exciting project that's coming soon?
As a company, Reine and I both, we keep online producing throughout the whole year any project that we have, that we like. But honestly, and especially after we've done Death of a Virgin, when you do a project as an executive producer with the energy that, I mean, how can I say it? With an energy that's... Okay, so Reine and I, throughout the whole year, we keep line producing projects that come. I mean, we exist. We've already done something for Netflix. We've already done something else for Shahad. So we're always working. But the thing is that we are looking for projects that are genuine as Death of a Virgin, because we don't want to do projects and be the producers of just another Lebanese film that maybe forgotten or just few people watch. We want to produce films that are genuine and impactful. This is what we're looking for. And the whole idea, this is why we keep on telling the story behind how this film was done. If you have something genuine to say and you don't have the money for it and you don't know what to do to be able to bring it to life, just don't be scared. I mean, as long as you have something genuine to say, you have to find the right people around you to help you put this thing on a table and actually be able to do it. So we're definitely waiting for George to hurry up on his second film, because I mean the energy working on this film was amazing. But we have 3 other projects with Lebanese upcoming directors that are also very promising that we are currently hoping to get the funds for, because it's not honestly a very easy trip.
It's not a walk in the park anyway, especially when it comes to the Lebanese cinema. And that's something that I don't want to highlight on, but because I was blessed and we were lucky enough, and with the dedication and all the energies put together, we made this film. But it's been tough. It's been tough on all levels. Even if you get the money, it's very hard to cash it out from any source or any way. So having what Christelle said, that we have some things that we're looking into or quoting or looking for funds for, we might get lucky and we might not. But I feel like we're lucky somewhere. So I'd rather focus on that. And I don't think we'll stop making human, impactful, genuine films. And I think that's exactly what this film gave us. And it resonates well. We just want to do films that speak something, speak other people's voices, mentality, emotions. People will feel less alone, less judged. People still call us till today after the avant-premiere and be like, this guy's still with me. Does he really do this? And people live the stories George wrote, and those are the kind of stories we want to keep.
I want to wish you good luck, guys, on all your future projects. Anjad, I can't wait to see your work. Thank you really for being on this podcast.
Thank you.
You wanted this film to be the indie film of the generation, and I personally think that you and the whole team succeeded in making it so. Death of a Virgin is now in all Lebanese cinemas on iTunes, Google Play, and OSN. وعنجد you don't want to miss it. Thank you all for tuning into Beirut Buzz. This podcast is brought to you by Beirut.com and is available on all streaming platforms, including our YouTube channel at Beirut Videos. So make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you next week.
Merci.
Ciao. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn.